Separated from their babies, no food until afternoon, and few visitors. Those are some of the stories we've heard about conditions behind bars at the biggest women's prison in the country. It houses up to 200 inmates in varying security levels, and it's right in the middle of Kitchener. CTV's Abigail Beeman joins us to launch a special series on what life is like at the Grand Valley Institution for Women. And Abigail, you've been trying for months to get inside the prison.
Megan, in telling this story, the Correctional Service of Canada has blocked us at every turn. Keep in mind, Grand Valley Institute is completely taxpayer funded to the tune of almost $30 million a year. But the warden won't show us anything, won't answer questions on camera, and won't let us speak to inmates, even though they do have the constitutional right to speak to us. Tonight, we introduce you to Grand Valley, what it was meant to be, and what it has turned into today. For most Canadians, this is all they know of Grand Valley Institution for Women. A few seconds of video showing a troubled teen's life behind bars.
Ashley died on the floor. There was no help for her.
But these walls house many more horrors.
What happened to Ashley Smith is horrific, but it's not as unusual as people would like to think.
Stories of many other women who say they also need help, but can't get it or can't accept it.
Even though it's your own mistakes that landed you there, you're looking to blame someone, and the staff's the easiest person to blame, so you think they're against you instead of trying to help you.
Stories of quarters smotheringly tight.
Double bunking them, stacking them like cord, women with mental issues.
The overcrowding is actually making the prison much less safe for the prisoners and the guards.
Grand Valley's story begins here. When Kingston's Prison for Women opened in 1934, it was the first of its kind in the country. And when it closed in 2000, it had seen 13 inquiries and commissions and an uproar over a strip search of female inmates by male guards. 5 new facilities were built for women, which were supposed to be far better, including Grand Valley. But one former inmate of both prisons tells us that's not all true.
The blast caused $4 million damage and injured 10 people.
Ann Hansen got a life sentence for her role as a member of the Squamish Five. In the early 1980s, they were responsible for a string of bombings in political protest and labeled terrorists. She spent 8 years at Kingston's Prison for Women, or P4W, before being paroled, but then ended up in GVI twice when that parole was suspended.
Because in P4W, we didn't have a maximum security unit. When you have a maximum security unit, it ends up that you have all the people who have sort of emotional and mental health issues are also in the maximum security unit. So on every pod, you've got, out of 5 people, maybe 2 of them have very extreme emotional and mental health issues and aren't really being treated.
And being treated or rehabilitated is exactly what Grand Valley was supposed to be about. It opened in 1997, the brainchild of a 1990 task force document under the Mulroney government called Creating Choices.
There are no choices. That's the problem.
If you don't trust the words of a convicted woman, how about a reverend? Father Con O'Mahony was there to welcome the first inmates the day GVI opened. He says that day was different, more hopeful and reflective than today at the overcrowded institution.
I think most residents of Kitchener-Waterloo, if they saw the current housing conditions in the institution, would be horrified by how you expect 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 women to live in a house.
But we can't show you those conditions. The Correctional Service of Canada won't let us. CTV News sent a detailed media request, followed by email and phone call after email and phone call. After 4 weeks, we got basic statistics and a flat-out refusal with no explanation. Over the coming week, we will paint a picture of what Grand Valley is like from those who know it best, those who have been inside. Tomorrow, we will focus on the maximum security unit where inmates are locked up most of the day. And if you're still wondering why you should care, remember, most of these women will get out and rejoin your community. And the question is, are they ready? Megan.
All right, CTV's Abigail Beeman reporting from our newsroom tonight.